In the heart of an ancient African kingdom, where the land was rich with fertile soil and the air filled with the harmonious sounds of nature, a tale of power and greed began to unfold. This kingdom, ruled by the formidable King Oba, was known for its vast wealth and serene beauty. However, beneath the surface of this tranquil facade lay a dark and treacherous secret. King Oba, though revered for his wisdom and strength, harbored an insatiable hunger for power. His throne, made of solid gold, was a testament to his dominance and desire to control every aspect of his realm. Oba's obsession with maintaining his rule led him to seek out the darkest corners of the mystical world, where legend spoke of an ancient ritual that could grant him unparalleled power. In the depths of the dense forest, beyond the reach of sunlight, lived a notorious shaman known as Baba Ogundele. His reputation as a powerful sorcerer spread far and wide, with tales of his dark magic whispered among the villagers. It was said that Baba Ogundele possessed the knowledge of a forbidden ritual, one that required the ultimate sacrifice to invoke its power. Desperate to secure his throne and extend his dominion, King Oba summoned Baba Ogundele to his palace. The shaman, with his piercing eyes and weathered face, arrived cloaked in mystery. He carried with him ancient scrolls and talismans, symbols of his dark craft. The air grew heavy with foreboding as he stepped into the grand hall, where Oba awaited him. King Oba, ruler of this great land, Baba Ogundele began, his voice a raspy whisper, "You seek power beyond imagination, but it comes at a price. The ritual I possess demands a sacrifice of great significance." King Oba, his eyes glinting with greed, leaned forward. "Tell me, Baba Ogundele, what must I sacrifice to gain this power?" The shaman's gaze turned cold. "The blood of the innocent. A life untouched by the world's corruption. Only such a sacrifice will satisfy the ancient spirits and grant you the power you desire." Oba's heart raced with a mix of anticipation and dread. The weight of the shaman's words hung in the air, casting a shadow over his ambitious dreams. He knew the decision he faced was not to be taken lightly. The sacrifice required was unthinkable, yet the promise of power was too alluring to resist. That night, under the cover of darkness, King Oba devised a plan. In the village, a young girl named Amina lived with her family. She was known for her innocence and pure heart, a beacon of light in the midst of the kingdom's struggles. Amina's laughter was like the sound of sweet melodies, and her spirit radiated warmth to all who knew her. King Oba's greed blinded him to the sanctity of life. Driven by his lust for power, he ordered his guards to bring Amina to the palace. The guards, bound by their loyalty to the crown, carried out the king's command, even as their hearts were heavy with guilt. Amina, confused and frightened, was taken to the palace in the dead of night. She stood before King Oba, her innocent eyes wide with fear. The king, hiding his internal turmoil, forced a smile. "Fear not, my child," he said, his voice laced with deceit. "You have been chosen for a special honor." Amina, too young to understand the gravity of the situation, nodded hesitantly. She was led to a hidden chamber deep within the palace, where Baba Ogundele awaited. The walls were adorned with ancient symbols, and the air was thick with the scent of incense. The shaman began to chant in a language long forgotten, invoking the spirits of the underworld. Amina's heart pounded as she realized the true nature of her fate. Tears streamed down her face as the ritual began, her cries echoing through the chamber. King Oba watched, his hands trembling with the weight of his decision. The room filled with an otherworldly energy, and the spirits, sensing the innocent blood, began to stir. Baba Ogundele's chants grew louder, and the air crackled with power. In the final moments of the ritual, Amina's sacrifice was made. Her life force was drained, and the spirits, appeased by the offering, granted King Oba the power he sought. But with this newfound power came a curse that would haunt the kingdom for generations. As the ritual ended, a chilling silence fell over the chamber. Baba Ogundele, his task complete, vanished into the night, leaving King Oba to face the consequences of his actions. The king, now imbued with dark power, felt an overwhelming sense of emptiness. The price of his greed had been too high. The kingdom, once flourishing and peaceful, began to wither. Crops failed, rivers dried up, and a pall of despair settled over the land. King Oba, tormented by guilt and haunted by the spirits, realized too late the true cost of his ambition. Amina's sacrifice became a tragic legend, a cautionary tale of power and greed. The villagers, though devastated by her loss, honored her memory and vowed to uphold the values of compassion and integrity. Through their unity and resilience, they began to rebuild their lives, forging a new path free from the shadows of the past. King Oba, now a mere shell of his former self, spent his remaining days in solitude, reflecting on his choices. The once glorious throne of gold became a symbol of his downfall, a constant reminder of the sacrifice that had tainted his soul. In the end, the tale of King Oba and Amina served as a powerful lesson. True power lies not in domination and greed, but in the strength of character and the purity of one's heart. And so, the kingdom slowly healed, guided by the enduring spirit of Amina, whose sacrifice brought light to the darkness and hope to the future.